Hey, everybody. What I want to talk about is this imbalance that occurs within the karmic feminine. Okay, there is an imbalance in the karmic feminine between her own feminine and masculine energies within herself. Okay, I actually do have a radio show that I have an episode out about the masculine, balancing the masculine and feminine within. I would recommend checking that out. The link for my radio show is in the description box below, but I would recommend listening to that episode. Okay. Now, what is occurring within the karmic feminine is there's a lot of phenomena around this, okay? So the karmic feminine has an imbalance within herself between her own masculine and feminine energies, okay? She's usually polarized into her feminine energies, and there's no balance of the masculine energies within herself, okay? So she's actually in a place of waiting on rescue from her own masculine energy to step in the part of her that would have logic, reason, and the 3D aspect of it. So this is why the karmic feminine is all in the 5D completely, okay? Because this is where the feminine essence is, okay? But the masculine essence is the 3D aspect, okay? Is the ability to bring the as above, so below, okay? So the divine feminine is one who has merged the as above and the so below. So her 3D and 5D match. Okay, because she's brought that union within herself and she's balanced. Now, the karmic feminine has not reached that divine feminine state yet. So she's in a state where she's usually polarized to her feminine essence, okay? And this imbalance that she has within herself manifests around her. Okay, so it manifests in different ways. Well, the biggest part of it is she is waiting on her own masculine energies to rescue her. She meets someone, okay, that she feels this intense attraction. It's the karmic attraction, okay, which is coming from the fact that she's imbalanced, okay, so she's connecting to a masculine energy outside of herself first. She has not connected and unified with her own masculine energy. This is why that pull is so strong, because she needs that masculine essence because she's imbalanced within herself. So she pulls and magnetizes to that masculine essence of someone else that fits the parts that she's missing, okay, within herself. Now, what she doesn't realize, this is the thing about karmic cycles, okay, and being in a karmic wave of energy. In a karmic wave of energy, it is very real. It is very strong. It is very, it pulls you into it because of the karma. It's the karma that pulls you into it. So when she does this, she can be in a complete delusion because she's polarized to her feminine essence. So she's all in the 5D, and she is actually making her relationship, she's projecting outward her relationship with her own masculine energy onto this man. Okay, so she thinks that this is about him, that he's involved in this, he has something to do with this, and she's projecting it all outward towards him when it has nothing to do with him. He could be completely not having that experience. He's not thinking about her. He's somewhere living his life. He's nowhere near where she thinks he is. But this is a projection of her own internal imbalance. Okay. So this is where the confusion comes in at, because she's feeling all of this stuff, which is really about her relationship with her own masculine energy. And she's projecting it outward because she's not looking at what's going on with her. She's thinking that it's about this person. Okay, she's projected it all outward. Okay, so then because she has taken her own masculine essence and projected it into being someone else, then her relationship with her own masculine energy starts to be a relationship with this person. This is how she can have this relationship even though this person is not there. Okay, even though this person could think she's nuts, this person could be not involved in it at all. But she is having a relationship with him based on the relationship she's supposed to be having with her own masculine energy. Okay, so where the delusion and all of the things come from is she can even begin to manifest dreams, signs, synchronicities, because she is in a relationship with her own masculine energy that she doesn't know is her masculine energy, because she doesn't know herself well enough, and she's projected it all outward. Okay, so this is where a lot of the phenomenon comes from. Okay, so when she has a dream about what needs to occur between her and her own masculine energy, it is an image of this person. It's an image of this person. Why? Because she doesn't recognize her own masculine energy. She thinks it's this person. And usually the funny thing about it is, with the karmic feminine, and I did another video on the karmic feminine versus the divine feminine, okay, and the process that a karmic feminine has to go through to become a divine feminine. But it's the masculine also has to go through that process. A karmic masculine has to become a divine masculine, okay? So this whole situation, when it's a karmic situation and a karmic feminine, it's all imbalanced. Okay, so she's imbalanced in her feminine energies. He's usually imbalanced in his masculine energies. So they're backwards. So she's the giver, he's the taker. So it's funny that you'll have a karmic feminine who is acting in the role of the masculine, which the masculine is the giver. The divine feminine is the receiver, but the karmic feminine is the giver, and the karmic masculine is the taker, the receiver. So these are two karmic people in karmic cycles, and that's what it's about. Okay, so usually that's the dynamic of it. Okay, but what people don't realize is this phenomenon and how deep it goes when it comes to the imbalance within the self, and how that's projected outward when you don't know yourself. When you can't recognize your own masculine energy and you don't have a relationship with your own masculine energy. So you will project that outward, and you will develop a whole relationship around it, because you're supposed to be recognizing the relationship you're supposed to be having with your own masculine energy. But instead, you're not aware of that, and you're projecting it outward. So what happens is, what you think is going on, because I'll hear people and they're like, well, he felt this, and I know. No, that's not what happened. He didn't feel that. You are picking up on your own stuff. It is all you. The entire relationship that's occurring is all you. This other person could not have thought about you since the last time they saw you. But see, this is the thing about karma, okay, and karmic energy. It is very, it creates an illusion. When you're under a karmic spell, or a karmic illusion, or a karmic wave of energy, or within a karmic pattern, you do not see that it is a karmic pattern. You do not see the whole truth of the situation. Okay, you have to keep going through these cycles and this pain and this suffering until it gets to a point where you can push it so far that you get yourself hurt. And that's the karma. That's when the lesson comes. Okay, so this is how some women who are projecting their masculine energy onto some guy, and they're thinking they're having this relationship with him that's really about the relationship they're having internally with their own masculine energy. And so they'll keep pushing because they think that this man is somehow involved in this, and he's not there. He's not even involved in the experience at all. And so what he does is he starts pushing back. The more she pushes, he'll push back. And what can happen is, eventually, because she's not getting the lesson, she's not paying attention to the things that are going on, she's not rising up and saying, wait a minute, I'm not going to subject myself to this. She's not getting the lessons, okay? So she'll keep pushing to the point where he does something or says something or in some way hurts her. Because there was no choice. She pushed all the way to the max, okay? To the point where he may end up having to flat out say to her, look, you're fucking nuts. I'm not experiencing any of this. I don't feel that. Never did, never will. And she's crushed. She's crushed. He blocks her. He's like, get the fuck away from me. And then she's crushed because once that illusion breaks and she realizes this person was never involved in this person never felt any of that, this was me by myself, it's going to be devastating for her. But then that's where the lesson comes. So karma is always fair. It's not unfair that she gets hurt because she had to, because otherwise if she didn't, she would have kept going. Okay, so understand this: in karmic situations, the karmic feminine is always on the outside. The divine feminine is never on the outside. The karmic feminine is always on the outside. Okay, and because of her own karmic energy and the lessons that she hasn't learned, she's on the outside trying to get in, because this is really about her and her own connection to her own masculine energy. If she was connected to her own masculine energy, she wouldn't be trying to get in from being out in the cold. She's not going to be trying to get in on someone else's union or relationship, because you have a lot of karmic feminines. It's the karmic feminines that are trying to get in on twin flame unions. They're the ones on the outside of twin flame unions thinking they're the divine feminine. You see that all the time with karmic feminines. Even though this person isn't thinking about them, these people are, you see it I see it all the time. Okay, so these are things to think about. It is really about the connection with your own masculine energy, because your masculine energy is what's going to step in and tell you have to make sense. See, that's the part of you that's going to step in and say, wait a minute, this has to make sense. See, that's the part of you that's going to step in, like where the karmic feminine will get wrapped up in the littlest things and think it's a connection. Okay, she's caught up in, he was on my Facebook page. He was staring at me. Or, the littlest things. And she believes that there's the divine feminine is not going to do that. Divine feminine, that's not enough. Okay, you can stalk my social media till you blue in the face. That don't mean nothing to me. You know how many men do that? A man can stalk your social media because he wants to sleep with you. He can stalk your social media and, literally be thinking some vile, corrupt stuff about all kind of derogatory things he wants to do to you. You need more. You need more, and you need solid action behind that. That's what the divine feminine is going to be looking at. Why? Because she's not just in her polarizing her feminine energy. Her masculine energy is going to say that doesn't make sense. That this can be for various reasons. She's going to need more of real action, because this is the thing about love. If love is real, there is action behind it. There is signs of it in the real world. As above, so below. Those have to meet. And the divine feminine looks for those to meet. Okay, the karmic feminine, because of her lack of relationship with her own masculine energy, she's trying to get it from outside of herself. This is why she needs it so bad, why she's pulled so intensely and so strongly, and why it's such a desperate need for her, because she needs it within herself. So the tiniest little crumb is enough for her to hang on to. The divine feminine is going to be looking at, okay, if this guy is doing this, well, that doesn't even mean that the divine feminine wants him. A feeling alone is not enough. Like, okay, I can feel like, I can have a good feeling with this person, but how do they measure up for me in the real world? Sometimes they're not enough. So, you know what I mean? It's a balance of both. And when people think that one way, and the same way you can't be all in your head and no feeling. You can't be all in your feeling and no head. You have no brain about it. That's imbalanced as well. But this is the way we typically see the imbalance going. So, I like to talk about the majority of situations, not the minority. I like to talk about the rule, not the exception to the rule. The very few people who is something different. But this is the things that people are not realizing. And you can create a whole wave of energy because the universe is trying to push you to connect to your masculine energy. But if you have connected your masculine energy to being another person, then all that you're creating that is being used to try to guide you back into union with your masculine energy, you're going to see this person instead. All you're going to see is them. So in the dreams, when you need to connect back with your masculine energy, that masculine energy is going to be this person. You know, and that's what that is. That's what that is. And when you have that union internally within yourself, you don't go through life having, you're not going to be in a 5D relationship with some. How can you be in a 5D complete relationship with somebody that there's nothing on the 3D plane? That's the as above, but where's the so below? How is the as above so different from the so below? Oh, that's just the as above. This is deception. Okay, and when people are out here teaching this, that the as above, it's okay for you to just accept that the 5D, the as above, can just be so different from the so below. That's not universal truth. That's not universal law. The universe doesn't operate that way. That is a lie. That is a deception. It's a lot of darkness. It's a dark cloud and a lot of darkness that's shrouding over this community that needs light shed on it. Okay, because this is deceiving a lot of people. This is sending a lot of people off of their path. People are not coming into the union within themselves. They're not coming into the light. They are being helped in staying in the darkness. And they're being told to trust the darkness. To keep trying to find outside of yourself what you have to find within. Oh yeah, the 5D can be so different from the 3D. Bullshit. As above, so below. As it is in heaven, it is on earth. Okay, so that's just something to think about, some extra insight. I have a new boot camp coming up on April 8th. This is the only time it will be live. After April 8th, it will not be available live. It will be a recording. Okay. But this live session that's coming up, I am taking people from the karmic state all the way to the divine feminine state, because there's a process that actually has to occur before you get out of that karmic wave and that karmic energy, and you are united within yourself and you're able to be the divine feminine. Okay, so it's called Rise of the Divine Feminine Bootcamp, and the link is going to be in the description box below. It is live. It's a 12-hour, 3-week boot camp. Okay, so it's 2 days a week, 2 hours per day for 3 weeks. It's 12 hours. It's a very intensive, comprehensive boot camp. And if you're not available for one of the live sessions, you will get a recording of it. So you don't miss anything if you're not able to make one of the sessions. Okay, but I recommend you invest in yourself and take that boot camp. It is not expensive for the amount of information and the kind of help that is in that boot camp. People charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars for things like that, and I'm not doing that. I've made my boot camps very affordable. I do recommend before you take this one that you do take the 5 hours to True Love boot camp, which gives you a paradigm shift and lays the foundation for you. Okay, but I recommend that you take this boot camp and go through that process, and we deal with everything that prevents you from being able to rise up into that divine feminine essence. Okay, so that's that, guys. Hope it was helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye.